Well, hello there and welcome to a spooky Halloween edition of an Electro Bananas video. Now, I've just been on holiday and when I got back, there it was waiting for me on the doorstep, a bright green BJ-9000 from Bajeton. So thanks guys for sending it over, really appreciate it. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's not really enough to make a video, is it? And you'll be right, but it does give me the perfect excuse to show you how to upgrade the software, which, believe me, is a bit more terrifying than you might imagine, at least for now, at least until they improve the process. But I gotta say, this radio is absolutely brilliant for the price. It did have some teething problems with the hardware on long wave and medium wave reception, but that seems to have been fixed now. And if you want to know more about it, check out my other videos, EB26, where I did a hardware review, EB27, where I did a RF performance test, and spoiler alert, it did really well on CB band, and EB28, the latest version where the long wave and medium wave issue is finally fixed. Now, if you want to get yourself one of these radios, as usual, I'll leave discount codes and links to purchase one of these in the description. So without further ado, grab yourself a cup of tea and a biscuit, get comfy because it's time to unbox it. Now, I'm not expecting much of a difference here, but who knows? Let's have a look. I really just want to have a look at the color. Well, there's a manual as before. Oh, what's this? This is new. This is a wearable microphone and earpiece. Oh, that's nice to have. I've not got one of these actually. Quality's gonna how you doing on the looks of it, but you know, it might work quite well. I'll have a play with it. It's got a little earpiece. It's kind of like your free airlines or flight quality. Nothing to write home about. I'll play with that later. Oh, that's nice. USB programming cable. I'll be using that later to show you how to upgrade the software. Okay, your standard belt clip, throwaway USB charger, lanyard, USB cable. Yeah, okay. And the antenna is the one that's too long for its own good. If you remember on the other videos I made of this genre of radio, no good on 70 centimeters, change it for a shorter one. You need to swap it out from one of your other radios. It's alright on 2 meters though. And well, look at that! Isn't that nice? I like it. Kind of, it's more like a fluorescent green. Look how bright that is. A nice spooky green for Halloween. Oh, I like that. What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments. Does it float your boat or is it something you'll stay away for? Radtel are also releasing one of this color as well. Let me just check the version number. Software version 0.19. We'll see there's something later. And the hardware is Radtel's RT950 Pro version. If you see my hardware teardown, you'll see why that makes sense. Now let's have a look at the serial number and the build date. Some of you are interested in that, I've been asking. So I can read this one. Well, there it is for you. I'm not going to read it out. You can just pause and zoom in on that if you want. And the manufacturing month looks like October 2025, so just in time for Halloween. Okay, now just to be sure, let's just check this one has the modification to fix a long wave and medium wave issue. I'm sure it will have, because it's just been manufactured. If you want to know more about what I'm doing here, check out video EB28. Yeah, so that's working on medium wave at 1 megahertz. We've got a sensitivity of about minus 125 dBm. It's respectable. Long wave should be less sensitive from my previous tests I did on this version of radio. So there we are. We're getting about minus 86 dBm. So we can expect it to be less sensitive than medium wave. Not great on long wave, to be honest, but there you go. Right, now as promised, I want to show you how to upgrade the software on the Bajeton, because it's not as straightforward as if you own the Radtel RT950 Pro. First of all, let's just check the version number again, just so that we can be sure we make the upgrade. Okay, so it's currently at version 0.19. Okay. Okay, so then the next thing we need to do is obviously plug in the programming cable. So we've been supplied with one. You can also buy them separately as well from Bajeton. I'll leave the link. And that programming cable will work with both the Radtel RT950 and 950 Pro, as well as this Bajeton. Get the little screw out. Some people love these, some people they hate them. I've got mixed feelings about it, to be honest. See, that's annoying, that screw just popped out. They could have put a circlip on it or something so the screw doesn't fall out. Well, there you go. Yeah, some people like them because they're kind of more secure. Other people think, well, it's just such a hassle compared with the Kenwood. You can't just simply plug it in and plug it out. Other people think, well, you know, once it's screwed in, it's not coming out. I don't have to worry about it falling out. Alright, so that's just about in there. Okay, I'm going to go to my computer now and download the latest firmware, and we're ready to plug this USB cable in a bit later. Now, the first thing that makes a software upgrade challenging is that Bajeton don't have their own website containing a software download service. Instead, they rely on the OEM's website to provide software. So the OEM's website is binterradio.com. That's Bravo India November Tango Echo Radio.com. Now, once you get to this site, you'll probably find some of the radios shown on here quite familiar, and there's a very good reason for that, because Bintalk are the OEM, I suspect, for the Radtel RT920, the Bajeton BJ-9800 and the BJ-8300. So there you go. So you click on downloads, and then you find the model you're interested in. So here we can see our BJ-9000 there. You can see some of the other familiar radios there as well. Okay, so we go back up to the BJ-9000 and then click on more. Now you're presented with a few different types of software. You've got the Chirp Bridge Enable tool, and you've got the CPS setup. You don't want either of those. And then you got the QR code type things linked to mobile apps. So then click on the latest version of software that presents itself. You see here there's 0.2 and it downloads. So you can see it's downloaded as a .zip file. So then go to the folder where you've got the zip file, and then right click, extract all, choose your path where you want it to be extracted. So your folder now contains a new uncompressed folder with the same name as the software you downloaded. So open that. And here is the second challenge. You can see you've got the software to be loaded, the .btf file, but no software loader. So how on earth are you supposed to load that onto the radio? Of course, that loader application should have been included in the zip file with the software for the radio. But never mind, we can go to the Radtel site and download the latest software for the 950 Pro. Another zip file, as you can see there. And you can see I've dumped that zip file into the same folder as the Bajeton software. So we need to unzip that in the same way as we did the Bajeton zip file. Again, we get an uncompressed file with the same name. Open that. And then you'll see the nupdate.exe. That's the loader. So copy that into the same folder as the Bajeton radio software. There we are. Just paste it in. Done. So at this stage we have our new software and our loader. So we're now ready to download to the radio. So the next step is to start Device Manager. So search for Device Manager in the search bar. Just type it in there. It should come up. There we are. So click on Device Manager and scroll down to the ports entry. It's actually ports, COM and LPT. Open that up. And what you will not see is something called the CH340 USB to RS232 device, and that's because we don't have the programming cable plugged in. So next, let's plug in the programming cable. Let's switch the radio on first, so we're ready for programming. There we are. Okay, now we're going to plug the cable in. That reassuring beep is the programming cable being connected. Now let's go down again to ports, and now you can see it, CH340, and it's being assigned to COM6. Remember that because we're going to use that information in a moment. Okay, now let's start the loader application, or the programming application. And now if you get this message, click on More Info and then Run Anyway. Now what you want to do is select the file name. Don't be tempted to use the Radtel 950 software. Please use the Bajeton software that we downloaded earlier. I don't want your phone being bricked. There is a risk that it might be. Then select the COM port that we looked at earlier, COM6. Now press upgrade mode. And you'll see the radio automatically goes into update without you pressing any buttons on it. And off it goes. And then once it completes, you'll see the radio reboot. And there you have it. Okay, finally, let's just check the version number. It should now be 0.2. So we'll go down to About. And there you go, successfully updated to 0.2. So there you have it. Hopefully BinTalk or Bajeton will include that missing loader application in future software update zip files, so we don't have to fart around with Radtel's update tools anymore. Fingers crossed. Hopefully by the time you do your software update, all that will be sorted. Now, as usual, I'll leave discount codes and links to the spooky green radios in the description in case you want to grab one. And I hope you found this video useful, and your subscription would make an excellent Halloween treat for the channel. Just a little tip there. I'm going to play this video out now with a very sinister and eerie station I found lurking in the dark on 44 meters USB. Here in Singapore, I normally catch it around the witching hour at midnight. Let me know if you can hear it in your part of the world. Now, assuming you survive the night, I'll see you in the next one. 73.